What's up, you guys? How are you doing? We're ready for another week, another stream, another sculpt. We're able to finally get off of Lizard. Well, still working on Lizard, but we're gonna start working on Vulture now. So it should be fun. I feel like this one should be a quicker to easier one, as this is a bald guy, so there's no hair to really deal with. I'm usually able to get my head sculpts done pretty quickly, so I feel like I'm pretty confident this can be pretty fun. However, on top of, we want to do 3 different variations. Well, technically 4. So the 3 would be a grimacing face, which would be kind of like this. Actually, no, that's the gritted teeth one. I guess I don't have a picture specifically of the grimace, but just more of, start with the neutral face and then bring the mouth down a little bit. And then we're gonna want to do the gritted teeth version. You know, he's being annoyed by Spider-Man. He's about to be foiled, and I think that would be a good one. And then the last one was more of a devious smile. And I think if we can hit those 3, it'd be pretty good. The Legends already currently has kind of like a devious smile, but I like it, and I want to add that still with my sculpt. So we're gonna add those, and then the 4th one is gonna be the mech beak. And it's going to have a whole situation toward the back. And I don't know if I want to keep this whole like mech kind of thing on the back on the regular ones without the beak. But I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Maybe I'll do both. We'll have options. It's pretty easy just to turn on and off. So we'll see how we can make it. But that's what we're aiming for here. So with some pretty cool stuff. I know Vulture, it can either be like this, which is a very basic suit, or he can have more of a mech look to him. And it depends on which one you want to go with. That works better for you and your displays. So yeah. What do we got in here today? Oh, we got Gaijin. What's up, man? Happy to see you, buddy. And we got Ender Shadow. Digging did you get a new profile picture here? That's pretty cool. I like it. And then, okay, so a couple things that I've done so far, or past week. We've got the Hall of Armor is now completely out. You can purchase a set of 3 for yourself if you wanted to. Came out awesome. I did my whole 6 set myself. Hold up, I'll show my Instagram in a second here. Let's go here. Let's go plus, share screen. This one. Okay. Boom. So this is a little video I put together of my 6 altogether, and I do want to eventually get a little bit more, a whole nother row of 6, and then on the right side of it, I'm going to try to get the Hulkbuster to fit. Now the Hulkbuster, it's like 2 Hall of Armor pieces wide and 2 Hall pieces tall. I'll show you a picture here to kind of get an idea of the size. Boom. So I'm really liking this. This is working very well. I'm very, very happy with it. And then having the Iron Man villains on top is just a nice little touch. Since I posted this, I put the Obadiah Stane's Ironmonger up there. And when I get the Hulkbuster one, I'll probably put the Detroit Steel figure on top of that one. Yeah, boom. So I got those. There's more figures to come, so we got to add those. And then working on Lizard right now still. So I got the headpiece. I'm gonna go back to me real quick. So this is, where's my headpiece? Okay, cool. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm trying to get these keys to work best to sit on the figure, but for some reason they're leaving a gap. I don't like that. I don't know if the negative key is just too big or too small still. And I've kind of given it a little some space, but I guess with the difference between the printer when it prints it out, it kind of makes it smaller. What happened? I don't know. But I gotta fix that. But there's 3 pieces for it. There's you got the top of the head, which looks very cool, and then there's the bottom. So it's got 2 keys, 2 male keys on this one. Then on this side, there's 2 females, and then the tongue is keyed in as well. So that way you can get something like this, and then you can paint that all up much easier than if it was just like this. That would be such a pain in the butt to paint all in there. So this way you have a better figure, a better sculpt to paint. So I'm trying to keep these things in mind, guys. I'm trying to help myself in the future if I want to paint it, and for all you guys painting it at home. Try to keep these things in mind. And also it helps with printing the thing too, because with the teeth, printing like that, it'd be a pain in the butt. So it just makes it easier. Let's see, Gaijin says, I don't think I've seen you do old people sculpts aside from the Walt Disney from a while back, but that's not as exaggerated as Vulture. Yeah, so Vulture, I do want to kind of hit that little more of an older man look to him. I think it could be fun. So try to get some details into that, so that should be good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you did get a new profile. Cool. I dig it. To give you more stress, but if there's a possibility Hasbro makes a Thor Buster armor, might be something to take into consideration when the time comes. See, if they do a Thor Buster armor, I feel like I can just make either one that's just one armor tall, or just there's another Hulkbuster one you can use. Because I forgot to show the Hulkbuster situation. So this is what Hulkbuster looks like in a 4-stack situation with these. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the bases a little bit higher, like almost about like 2.5 stacked, and then same thing with the top. It's going to go down 2.5, and that way there's a little bit more space. But it's going to have 2. It's going to have 2 lights, 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top to go down. So I'm working on that, just trying to make sure that gets there. But if a Thor Buster suit comes, I'm all for it. And but I feel like I could just throw it in there in the Hulkbuster one. We'll see how it comes out. How wide it is. Because if it's it would be. Do you think it's smaller than a Destroyer armor, or do you think it's around that same size? Like, do you think it's thinner, or do you think it's the same? So I know it's similar to Destroyer armor, but maybe not as big. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Oh, also new couch. So yeah, Pichu's chilling. So yeah, that's pretty much what's new with me this week. I got in the Maximum Hulk finally. I already put it away, and I'll wait for the head sculpt to come back and get that painted up, because it's gonna look sweet. I already had a couple of them sent over to Nico, and he's gonna help me out with that eventually. But I'm looking very much forward to getting my head sculpts onto that figure and completing that one, because it looks dope. It's a good figure. I like the new overlay. I feel like though I don't get as much back anymore as I do, but I prefer the front anyways. I don't really care about how much I can get back, and it's good because I got my old Hulk, the 80th anniversary Hulk in the Avengers display, and now I have this Maximum Hulk in my Hulk display, with all the Hulk characters. So that's pretty dope. Very happy for that. The other thing was I already showed it last week actually, the X-Force Archangel and Warpath 2-pack, but I haven't opened those yet. I haven't opened them up yet. You're saying probably as big as Thor, so smaller than Destroyer armor, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro used Destroyer armor parts. Interesting. Yeah, okay. About as tall as Thor. Yeah. I feel like if that's the situation, it would probably be. I'd probably just make a new one that's just like one tall, and instead one, it's too tall, I guess. and then one wide. I don't know, because I just try to make it to where if you're stack them together, there's not going to be like a divot, one down, one up, and this and that, so that they're all pretty even. But we'll cross that road when we come to it. Bam. Yep, that's it. So yeah, go order your Iron Man Hall of Armors if you wanted to today. Let's go back to that. Share screen. Oops. Let's bring this off to the side. Alrighty. Let's get rid of this one. Let's bring the eyes. Start with bring the eyes up. And then bring it back. Okay, let's start. Let's get my tablet. Don't, God damn it, dog, do not start. Where is my tablet? Sorry guys, 1 sec. I don't know what happened to my cable for my tablet. There it is. Okay. Alright, we're in business now. Okay, so let's start with, I don't want to do, let's get the nose. We have a very beaky nose, of course. So right here. Then are you guys planning on seeing Fantastic Four this week? We just bought tickets for ours in IMAX, so looking forward to that one. It's gonna be Friday night. Actually, I don't like how wide that is. Let's go here. Okay, bring this part up. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm not. There we go. And then let me show at the. Throw that in there. I'll leave you with Alex Ross. Sorry, guys. One sec. Okay, let's see. Let's get right here. Let's start with that for now. Guys, let's carve in. Guy says, not yet. I might do it when the crowd rush dies down. Yeah, I feel you. That's why there's a theater near us that I like, because it doesn't have as many people going to it. It's a little off to the side. So I usually find it's not as crowded there. But honestly, that's one of the main things I hate about going to the movie theaters is dealing with public people, because they don't know how to shut up. Or I had a kid throwing. Somebody brought a baby to the theater. That was weird. Yeah, somebody brought a little baby, like maybe like 6 months old, to go see Jurassic World Rebirth. I was like, are you kidding me? And then there's we were watching. Was it Rebirth? Yeah, it was still Rebirth. There was a kid behind us with their phone flashlight on, just waving around and stuff, like off like a couple times, and I'm like, I kept looking around like the parents don't say nothing. I'm like Jesus.
That was Superman.
Superman. That was Superman. Thank you.
Like,
because it was Superman.
Back to back.
Yeah, that's right. It was Superman on that one.
I was like, it wasn't Jurassic for that one.
Yeah, but yeah, that annoyed
me.
Yeah, that annoyed the crap out of me. There. Baptized in Battery Acid. What's up, man? How you doing? Appreciate you jumping in here. We're working on Vulture today. I just said last time I was at a theater, it was for Deadpool Wolverine, and some grown adult was deliberately snoring through important scenes. Some teens on their phone. That people. I hate it. There was a guy that sat next to me. I forgot which movie it was. I think it was Jurassic World, or yeah, Rebirth. And there's a guy next to me that was on his phone in the beginning, just texting, and I'm like, if he didn't get off his phone quicker enough, I would have said something. But he ended up getting off his phone fairly shortly afterwards. But I was like, oh my god, dude. Today is not the day. That is absolutely annoying. But, I gotta. Working in the movie industry now makes me want to, go to movies more, so that show support, because it makes a lot of difference. If you want to see your movies come out more, or if you want to see the movies get made the way you want them or stuff, you gotta go support them in the theaters. Especially opening weekend, because otherwise all you hear about is, oh, this thing tanked, oh, this thing sucks. But usually those are by people that haven't even watched the movie. Crow's feet for the Vulture. So now I can kind of play with this. Because now it is an older person. Yes. What do you? So let's see. Hold on. I'm not a confrontational person anymore, but I wish I had the audacity to match the conflict. Right? It's like I always have like that. It's like, just get me to that point, and I'll say something, but I always end up not doing anything. But I just wish people have a little more common sense, a little more decency. I don't like where this is looking right now. Let me just get back a little bit. I just wish little people had a little more decency in their lives. When you're in a public place, don't be talking, don't be acting up. You sit there in your movie theater. You sit down, you shut up, and you watch the movie. You can laugh as you please, not too obnoxiously. Not too much. Nobody cares if you're the loudest person laughing in there. Here as well. Go. Those bags. All right. And then, so yeah, we got Comic-Con coming up here this weekend, and some. I wish people are gonna stream. I know people stream the Marvel Legends panel, but there's a couple panels I'd like to check out, which was the Magic the Gathering panel for Spider-Man, because the Magic cards get their own, or Spider-Man gets his own set of Magic cards, like Final Fantasy did. And that's coming right after the Marvel Legends panel, and I would like to hear about that and see some new card reveals. I just want to hear like how the plans are for it. Hopefully, hear from artists and stuff like that. Just learn a little bit. Get a little bit in here real quick. Giant fish, this sucker. And then on top of that, there is the panel with like Unparalleled Universe, all the indie guys making their toys. I think David Bonner's hosting that one, and I'd like to hear from them. I like, personally, I'd like to, in the future, if I can, create my own action figures. I'm trying to create stories, and I'd like to get to them eventually. But yeah, let's see here. Let's go here. So too strong. This. Here. And then the other one was, what was the other one? There's another panel. Just industry people, toy industry people like Ryan Ting. There's a panel with them as well, and I'd like to hear that. Gonna link up with the toy folks after the San Diego Comic-Con shows. So I won't be actually able to make it at the Comic-Con, so I won't be there personally. I just hope that people stream it. I don't have a ticket. But yes, usually they're linking up on, I think their social punch bowl thing was on Thursday. That's when they plan on doing that. From what I heard, I don't believe they're going to be doing a actual Toy Mingos stream, but I could be wrong. I know they've done it in the past, but I don't know if they just didn't get a chance to do so or what the situation was. I'm not caught up, but that's something to be looking forward to. I wish I could go out there with everybody. Let's see. Kind of like this. Make this a little bit darker. Now let's bring this up and out. In. I think that's okay. Let's check out this jaw. Let's mess with this jaw here. Chin and jaw area. I think it needs to be sharper. Let's make this sharp. Come out a little bit. Stiffen that down. I do like that little bit of bulbiness. Let's see here. Maybe get this a little bit in, this part out, and then should have quite a bit of here the jaw. Okay, that looks pretty good. There is a stream this Thursday. Okay, good. All right. I'm glad they're able to work on a stream. Hopefully, I'll be able to listen to it. They're not having a Frankenstein's meetup, are they? During Comic Con? Because I was usually like, I know we did that one time for I think Poncho was in town, and then it was like Sunday they went to Frankenstein's. I know that's happened before. That'd be if they do it. If some of them go to Frankenstein's, maybe I could be able to do that. But Saturday we're going to a My Chemical Romance concert at Dodger Stadium, so I won't be able to do too much on Saturday. It's not too bad. I like it. Okay, let's go back to adding here. Let's go to. Actually, need a standard brush. Smooth that back out. And then here, let's get this here filled a little bit more. Good. Alright, let's carve that back in. Now I'm really looking forward to getting this this Uncanny Sinister 6 going on right now. I feel like I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped to get Craven back, and whenever Nico gets a chance to finish that one, Sandman came out so good. And then, well, I got ideas for Electro. Oh, you know what? I was going to talk to you guys about Electro. So I don't know if you guys have ever played Marvel Twin Lights 2, but Electro was in there, and he kind of had a his mask kind of went against his face. He had the electric light bulb, lightning bolts, yellow bolts, but they weren't just like flat to the face, or they weren't like just out, but they were conformed to the mask itself. And it was cool. I like it. Would you guys want something like that, or would you prefer more of the lightning bolt situation, like the actual mask coming out? And if so, I'm trying to think of like, because I have this Electro here. It's like maybe I do something similar to this, where it was you get the mask made of electricity, and then I can do it in a separate translucent resin and do keyholes on it so it goes in there. I feel like maybe I should try something like that, or I can do both. If I did the mask and this lightning bolt thing, I don't know. I could do both. And then maybe even under the mask, if I sculpted under the mask, I could do a scarred lightning bolt face as well. So yeah, he's all fucked up, and you know he's got the lightning bolt no matter what, whether he's got the mask or not. That'll be a future stream. Probably after this, we'll probably work on. So I have a plan for Electro and Green Goblin after this. So we'll see how far we can get. So, Mr. Grumpy Skin over here. Let's go with Actually, let's do this. Then open up the detail. Select intensity. Smooth that out. Got there. So it has a little, we'll give it a little bit here at the bottom. Mouth. Okay, so let's go back to detail. And then top, he's an old white man, so he doesn't have very big lips. That's pretty good there. Let's go chin up. Let's give it a little bit of detail here. Add a little bit of texture up in here. Slightly smooth that out. And got a little bit up here to smooth out. Very good, very good. You had just thin pucker lips there, right? Gidget says the Ultimate Alliance mask looks pretty dope. It's different. Finding a mix between that and the classic mask would be cool. Something recognizable and stands out from a basic skin type mask. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I like about the like the mask that sticks out like this is it's very out there, and I like that. And I also like the skin type mask as well. Just I like the design of it. So maybe combining the two, it would be both. It would be this electric mask that fans out over top of the other regular one. So there's two. He has two. When the power's off, he still has it there. When the power's on, he has that flared out look. And then he takes off his mask, it's scarred. So I think that's a good way to something that's not. And also with my Uncanny Sinister 6 thing that I'm trying to do right now is I'm also starting with Lizard because I didn't really think about it with Craven and Sandman. I was just trying to with Craven. I was kind of going for a Craven's Last Hunt situation, but I kind of want to make my own thing with these. If I want to call it Uncanny Sinister 6, it's going to be my designs. It's my ideas. And so I'm kind of throwing my versions out there with these things. So like with the Lizard, I like the No Way Home concept art that we got. And so I went with that for the nose, not the snout thing. So it was a mix between the regular movie Lizard and then the comic ones, a very more prolonged one. So I like where it landed. Let's hit the stop with the eyes for now. Let's try to go look at the ears. What's that? Yeah, man, that Predator Badlands trailer that came out today, and oh man, I liked it. That was a cool trailer. Yep. I liked it. I'm excited for that movie. I started was from the beginning. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. I loved it just with Prey, but after watching Predator, Killer of Killers, I'm excited. I'm excited for sure. I can't come quick enough. Now I understand. I went in already understanding that this is a young. What is it? Was it Vulture or something like that? I don't know how to say it. But the predator species. So obviously his head doesn't look the same. And I'm okay with that. And that means character growth. First time we're gonna have him as a predator, as a protagonist, which is awesome. Which means you're gonna hear him talk, and luckily not in English, because that would be just weird. I need to look at weirds. I always forget how those shows. It's Yalcha, like how do I pronounce Yalcha? If you can't spell it out for me, how do you think it's pronounced? Has it been said anywhere? Like I'm sure it's been written and stuff like that, but has it been said out loud in something that's canon? Eyes. No. Luckily, in this book is all. Oh, here's the ear. Also has some references for older people as well, so that will be useful. I can't really hold it like that, so we're gonna have to do it like this. Okay, kind of get that in. Whoops. Okay. Don't want this. Yolja. Yeah. Yeah, that's about oh, what I expect. I don't think it's been said in the movies, but maybe audiobooks. Oh yeah, that's true. Audiobooks are a thing too. I have a nitpick with the head, but it doesn't make me hate the movie. Just anatomically inconsistent. I mean, yeah. What is? Go ahead and explain your nitpick with it. I mean, is it the frill situation? Because the way I see it, he's like a probably like a 15-year-old version of the. Of course, still beefy as hell, but maybe he's just part Samoan. No. I think the ear needs to come out a little bit more. Let's mask off the area though. Predator skulls have little crevices where the dreads come from. Okay. And they're all in the back of the head, in comics with props. Okay. So we're just appear closer to the front of the head, like the hairline, technically anatomically correct. But it could be said they could be similar to the quills that appear on most predators' faces. That makes sense. I understand. I think what they could have done with the design was push it a little further back than what it was, because it does get too close to like a hairline situation, and I think that's what's really throwing people off, because they read it like a hairline, and the other predators are very, very more different than that. It's almost too human for something that's alien. That's how I would see it. So do here. cut it in with detail brush. It looks mutated, yeah. This is exactly, and it's kind of funny because the head design is pretty much perfect compared to the feral predator of the ones in the Killers movie. Those were either heavily stylized or they almost look mutated. Yeah, they were very differently changed head sculpts for sure. And I think that just lended itself with the animation style. Alright, so got big old ears. Big ears, kind of droopy here. That. I like that. Push it back. Yeah, get this. Let's go. This can be like a little bit wider out there. Okay, I think I like that. Let me fix this little area up real quick though. ECB, brush, cavity mask. Oh, not cavity mask. Backface masking. Okay. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Let's get some brow wrinkles up in here. Since he's old, even though he's pretty, normal looking right now, you'd still have these wrinkles. Let's kind of shift the face on this. Add a little bit more on top. Here. like that? I don't know. Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. I don't know if I like this coming in like this all the way. Like I think it works here, but I don't think it needs this part needs to come out this far. I think we just leave it here, at least for this bottom one. So let's go back. I think if we leave like right here, it'd be okay. That. Okay. Now let's go back. Let's clean that up a little bit. Let's clean it back up. Eyes. Bring everything down a little bit. How are we digging it so far, guys? What should we start hitting to next? Let's see. Let's take a look at the head overall. Not too shabby. I feel like it needs a little bit of a, not a dent, like this should have like a little bit of a arch in the middle. So I think if we go down like this. Interesting. Let's see, jaws. Maybe the jaw can come up a little bit more. Go forward a bit. get some wrinkles going in here, like this wrinkle. Let's bring this down a little bit more, and then let's flush out this area of the mouth. Down here. Let me look at some of the references for the wrinkles on his head. Sick on the top of the head, not really. Like the most you're gonna find wrinkles on the head is gonna be like right here, and then maybe some around here. Not often you're gonna find wrinkles on the top here unless you're fat, and then you can start getting your fat rolls. As people express, you can get some wrinkles up here, but not too much. Let's see. Trying to look at some of these, the way these people wrinkle. A lot more females, not too many older men. Okay, so it kind of, so this area, they don't connect. It doesn't really connect to going up this way. It kind of does this and curves out. Let's see if we can fix that. Go back to here, detail. That's where that one comes in. Kind of here. Here. That. Now it's okay there. I'm not so sure about this wrinkle. I mean, I don't see that wrinkle unless he starts emoting. Then I think that wrinkle starts coming toward here. And then let's go back to here. Out a little bit further. Let's fix this a little bit. I'll bring this a little bit closer. To here. That's should be okay. Should be okay like that. And let's see if I can fix this eye shape a wee bit. There we go. That's better. And then this shall be a little bit more. Blur that together, and then in here we'll make cuts. There we go. It's a little bit better there. Yeah, it's looking more like Vulture. Okay, I like that. Let's add his eyebrows. We don't have eyebrows yet. Let's go with that. Subtool, subtract. Let's go with that. Probably a little bit more than we need. Yeah, let's go 0.01. 0.01. Should be okay. Geometry information, actually. Polish that up. Alright, now we can switch to our alpha. And let's start. Let's give it a little more geometry. Unless you're fat. Yeah, you fat bastards. No. See it with your chest on that one. Call it as I see it. Alrighty, guys, we're 9:13. Good pace so far. Okay, so we got 5 people watching. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you don't want to say anything and you just want to let me know you're here or who's here, I would appreciate just a dot in here in the chat. I'd just like to know who's here. But even if you're stopping by for a second and you're a random person, let me know. I'd be glad to to hear about you. Sorry. We don't get a lot of people up in here, but we do get people of quality, right, Gaijin? And Triple with Toys. Oh, hold up. We got Triple with Toys up in here. What is up, man? We're working. I'm working on getting your thing sent out by tomorrow, by the way. So you'll be able to have that to start messing with, hopefully soon. I think in we'll do another giveaway come like August 1st, and then we'll end it on, let's see, can't tell the date. What's August? So August 1st is Friday. So I'll probably start it on the Monday stream. I'll do the thing on the Monday. Probably the Monday. No, I'll just start on Friday. I'll start on that Friday the 1st. And then we'll go to. Maybe I need to make it a little bit longer. So we'll go till the 18th. Yeah, so we'll go to the 18th. I just need to make it a little bit longer so that more people have a chance to jump in, or I get a chance more to help promote it. But yeah. Then we'll do it a little bit differently. I think having people in the chat is as you said, Gaijin, that it feels more necessary. It should be here. Oh, did you guys found any of the new Cokes? Hold on. Where is it? There it is. The new Star Wars Cokes. We're supposed to start like in the beginning of July, but it's like mid-July, and it finally starting to get out there. We've been looking around for a while at our 7-Elevens. Let's go here. And then I messed up and didn't. I should have looked earlier on the Coca-Cola's website, because they dropped merch for it, and they had a cool like Darth Maul shirt. Now the only thing that's available is a small. I definitely cannot fit in a small. I don't know. I kind of messed that up there. Just kind of try to move this down a little bit. There we go. Alright, so there we go. That should be good. For the brows. Yep, I dig this. I dig it. I think the head here. I think this back of the head here is too much. Peanut head, half an ass. I saw a display of them, didn't pick any up or really look through them. You know what is stupid is 7-Eleven. The guy, they must have, they were like turning it to themselves. So like what you see on the shelf is like this, and they did that for fucking the Marvel one too. So I had to sit there and flip them all around just to be able to see which one it was, so I can grab that one. And then it's like come on, man, make it easier. Why do you gotta keep them turned around like that? I don't know. I just want to get the Ahsoka one. That's all. I still have my Storm one. We went to Vegas around that time, and let's see, and I picked up this one that was shrink wrapped. I think they had Storm and somebody else. I can't remember who else, but I made sure to pick up Storm. There. All right, back. Alrighty. I mean, we're doing pretty good here. Let's we got some time here. Let's flesh out this beak. This mech beak we're talking about here. So here's the face. On symmetry. All right, let's change it to this for you guys to look at. I always forget to change the references. All right, so go up to the nose. And then here. Let's go get done mesh this. Actually, a little bit less. All right, let's move here. Have this come back up. So kind of give this shape here like that. I'll just drop the chin. Alright, so jaw. the beak part. Let's go. Okay, good. Maybe not. Just go here. Let's go out. It's gonna look weird for a little bit until it looks good. Just the name of the game. Looking like an elephant man over here. Okay, let's widen this peak out. Let's go. Build up. Stupid stylus. I need a new stylus. I think it's giving out on me. Okay, so let's go. Here. We'll see how this turns out, if I want to keep this or not. Alright, so I think this is pretty far. Let's kind of do some hard edging shapes. God dang it, Bobby. Let's go here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, was that a wiener beak? Yes, it was a wiener beak. The guy just says it's got the slender look down, same with the wrinkles. It looks different from your other sculpts, and it's easier to have Vulture. Perfect. And then we are flying. If it's, you can read this as Vulture. If it's a little different, then we're good to go. Happy. Trying to see how I wanted to set this up. So let's do. that. Let's do one going across. Okay, Chevy. Then maybe let's do another one here. Then do one more in this cheek area. We'll go here and up, down, follow this line here, go down, and maybe like that. Then here we'll go this instead. There you go. There it is. Then here, let's try to cut this off a little bit here. Maybe let's go here. Don't really know what I want from this. Not like that. That just looks like a mouth at the bottom of a beak. Okay. This needs to come out a little bit more. transparency. Okay, so it's our mouth here. I just don't want this undercut here. So I guess this has to come out a little bit more. So flatten this out. Good. Let's see how that turned out. Okay, well that's better. That's a better shape. Then let's go. That would be better there. I think it could be interesting. Some Vulture peak skull references could be hard accidentally getting into Crow Toucan beat territory. Yeah. Let's take a look. 'Cause I feel like it is getting kind of like too long. And I think with the Vultures also the beats are a little more down. Let's take a look. Actually, there's another reference that you can barely see that's above it. I kind of like that one a little bit more. Let's see. Vulture. Well, they come out. Take you guys with me on this one. So let's go remove, add to state. Oops. Screen. Okay. Let's go. Got that one. All right. So let's take a look here. There we go. Alrighty, so let's fix this a little bit here. This should be a little better for you guys. So the beaks. Let's look at Vulture skulls. So it has a quick trim down. It's not long. It's long, but like the beak part itself kind of quickly droops down. Has a pretty sharp turn. Interesting. So maybe it is okay to have this kind of shape in the bottom. I don't know, but it has to be like a separate piece. I don't know. go back. Like if most of it was up here on the mask, then a separate piece in the bottom almost. I guess I'll have to keep playing with this on my own time. But I think we have a good start on this, guys. Move that. Bring back the brush. Because now if we look at this is looking a little too far. Like, oh, that's better. I like that shape right there. Look at that. I think this little curve here is better. Maybe sponge out this area as well. Just coming out. Too much. That maybe. Interesting. Alright, that's not too bad, I guess. Alright guys, I think we'll leave it here for today. And I think I'll be picking it up during the week. I'll be working on the mech beak probably during the week. But actually, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be working on lizard more, and then starting next week we can finish it off. But we got the base sculpt there. I think I'm pretty happy with how it looks so far. This looks good. I dig it. And then we'll give them some expressions so everybody can have a little bit of different variation in their displays. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This looks great, and it's gonna look great with like his smiles and that grimace. I'm just gonna go like this. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, but I'll push it more when I get to that point. I want to make sure it's still the middle ground right now. So yeah, this is gonna look good, guys, and we'll wait for more in the future. Lizard. I'm gonna try to finish that one up as fast as I can. It's probably gonna be a simultaneous release with this Vulture, because I also want to work on tail as well. I don't like this No Way Home lizard's tail does not bend at all. Like, it bends, but then it immediately goes back to being straight. It can't even hold its tail for a little while. Even heating it up doesn't really do too much. You can even look into look at the references, not the references, the picture, the solicitation pictures. The only way they got the curve on the figure to make it look more curved is by twisting the back and not really like doing this kind of situation to keep this part straight. So I want to some pre-posed versions of the tails, so that way we can have something that he can stand up with and something a little bit more interesting, hopefully. And I don't know, I might just do more with his tails. We'll see. But yeah. And then the head-wise, it'll probably be that open jaw, kind of like a snarl, like teeth showing, and then the closed mouth one. That's about it. And then Hall of Armor, I'm going to be working on the Hulkbuster. Oh my god, it's 3 days. Oh my god. So the Hulkbuster armor, we'll try to get that one out soon as well. I'm already started working on that one. I'm looking forward to that. And I'll post pictures along the way. And I appreciate everybody. Everybody's been loving the Hall of Armor, so I'm very hyped for that one. And I very much appreciate you guys for sharing it anytime you guys can. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next time. Yeah, exactly. The Uncanny Sticks is coming together. Ooh, it's looking good. Yes, so see you guys next time, next week. Maybe in the future on Fridays, I might do some gaming streaming. Maybe we'll play some Spider-Man 2 for since we're working on all these Spider-Man characters. We'll play some Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Till then, guys, have a good week. Enjoy yourselves. Keep on killing it.